Hey everybody, I'm Scotty J. You are watching Rock Titan Music Television. We've got a great guest with us right now. You know this guy because we caught up with him not too long ago when Ministry was on tour because they had just released AmeriKKKant and they were in support of that. We are here with the guitarist to talk about his new project, Quirin.
Yo, what's up?
Sin, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Thank you for the nice intro and kind words.
Well, hey, last time we were talking, it's hard to believe it was as long ago as it was. Obviously, you had a very successful AmeriKKKant tour with Al Jourgensen. How'd that all go, man?
It went great, man. I think did we talk right after the record came out? Is that when we first spoke?
I believe it was either right after it came out or right before it came out. I think we actually talked before it came out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that it went great, man. We're technically still touring on that record, and
okay,
we're actually getting ready. We're getting ready to go back out in a few weeks.
Oh, no kidding.
All yeah, right. we have a Ministry tour that's happening November 21st to December 21st here in the States.
Are you going to be on the East Coast at all? I haven't looked.
You know what?
Do you know?
I will check for you right now.
We're you don't have to do it right now, man. But, it'd be something good to share with the fans, We're
going to be in New York.
Oh, all right.
Where are you at?
Philadelphia.
Oh, we're going to be in Philly, man. We're going to be at the Electric Factory.
Oh, well, it's not the Electric Factory anymore. It's like changed hands. You know what? I don't even. I think they're calling it Ben Franklin's house or something. I don't even know. They changed it like a couple of times. Yeah, it's weird.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, but in any event, I know you got
here. It's whatever the name is, but we're going to be there December 8th.
Okay, all right, December. Yeah. So we got something to look forward to then.
Yeah, man.
See, now I thought the whole thing behind Three-Headed Snake, which that's what we're talking to Sin about here, is new band Three-Headed Snake. I thought you just got sick of Al, and you were like, you know what? I thought we were going to hear, I'm done with Ministry. I'm moving on, and Three-Headed Snake is my new baby.
Well, I am, but I am sick of Al. But no, this is just a side thing. No, this is all kidding aside. This was just, this was a side project that I've had in the works for the past, over 2 years is when
really?
We started this thing. Yeah, and it started. I wrote a handful of songs in this, very classic old school metal, kind of style, and which was the kind of music I was playing when I was 18, 19 years old here in Hollywood. Right. And I wrote a handful of songs, and I proceeded to look for a singer, and I found Mr. Johnny Ray in a musician's classified ad in Craigslist.
I heard about that, man. That is so funny.
Man, that's a true story, dude. And it's so. I mean, to back up a little bit. I had reconnected with an old singer of mine. Actually, my very first singer. Okay. From when I was 18, 19 years old.
All right.
And so basically, this was the style of music we used to play back then. So we reconnected and we said, hey, now that we've got the time and the resources, let's write some stuff just for fun. Just for old time's sakes, not because we're looking to do anything with it, just for fun. And so I wrote those songs. He ended up falling ill and not able to sing anymore. So I was left with these songs, and one night I was up really late at night at home, and I was on Craigslist looking at the musicians' classified section because I knew all the guys in LA, and there wasn't a guy in LA that I knew would fit this style. Right. So I started looking in other cities, and I ended up looking in Florida, and that's where I saw Johnny Ray's ad, and it was basically like a singer looking to join a band or make a move or that kind of thing, and it had a video link, and I was so hesitant to click on the link because I was like, man, this is gonna suck, and like most of the ones that I had clicked, right. And so again, it's like 3 a.m. I clicked the button, and it's a video of Johnny singing. I think he was singing like a Symphony X song.
Oh, no, okay.
I was blown away. So I reached out to him and I said, hey, listen, I'm so and so from this band. I'm looking to do this, project on the side just for fun. Would you be interested? So he said he was. I sent him a couple of the tracks, and one of them was "Wisdom Screams," which was the single that we shot the video for.
Yeah, I'm talking about that. Yeah.
It took over 2 years, man. That happened over 2 years ago, and it took this long because of my schedule with ministry.
Right.
It's just so busy. So I could only get to it in between ministry stuff. So, but finally, at the beginning of this year, I decided to get into the studio with this three-headed snake project and really finish it up. And so here we are.
Right on.
Over 2 years later.
Right on.
Yeah.
Now that is a really cool story in terms of how you found Johnny Ray. Now I got to ask you this, Sin. When you did reach out to him,
yeah,
was he? Or I mean, I have to assume that he was familiar with ministry and whatnot. I mean, when he realized that he's talking to Sin, from ministry. What was that like? I mean, was he like in shock at all? Was he like, yeah, right, no way? Like what was that?
He hung up right away.
Seriously, did he?
No. He was, because what happened is I sent him an email, and his first response was a little like, is this really, who you say you are? It was that kind of vibe.
Sure.
But then we the more we talked on the phone, and he realized that it was me, and not that I'm some big rock star or anything, but
well, you kind of are.
No, not at all.
Oh,
but,
okay, all right.
But it was a little like that, and then we quickly got familiar with each other, and now he wishes he did hang up.
Well, you know what? It's amazing that he's got a great voice. What I mean?
Unbelievable, man. That dude, he's like, he's got like, in my opinion, he's got that Bruce Dickinson, Jeff Tate,
Rob Halford, yeah, man, yeah.
Dio, he's got all that sort of blended in,
Yes, he does.
Blown away, man. Blown away by his voice.
So was that your vision? Because obviously it's a lot different than ministry.
Yeah. Yes.
So
and that was my vision. And people usually associate me with the industrial, metal thing, and rightfully so because of ministry, But this was, I set out to do this classic metal sound. It was very specific what I was looking for, and that's why I was like, I wanted a specific kind of singer, and I didn't want it, because it could have turned into a different kind of band with a different singer,
right?
But he was exactly what I was looking for.
That is so cool. Now, when you started Three-Headed Snake, did you have to go through any particular blessing process with Al? Was that a concern at all, that if you went off and started your own project, that maybe he'd have any issues with it?
No, not at all.
No?
Al's always been cool with that sort of stuff, and
awesome.
We as musicians and songwriters, I mean, we're just constantly writing, and sometimes in different styles and different genres, and that was never a concern I had with Al. I knew Al wouldn't have a problem with it, at all, and he's been totally cool with it. So
awesome.
Yeah,
so
a lot of the guys in the bands are in not just ministry, but in most bands are usually in 2 or 3 different projects as well.
That does seem to be very true these days. You guys are like, you just can't have enough.
No, and it's, unless you're in a band that tours 6 to 8 months out of the year, you're always looking for that other thing to keep you, keep your schedule full.
You get itchy, huh?
You're busy. Yeah, absolutely. If ministry were a band that toured 6 to 8 months out of the year, I don't know that I would be able to or have the need to do other projects as much.
Okay, all right. As if your audio shop doesn't keep you busy enough.
Yeah, and I mean, technically, I own a car audio store, but I don't technically do anything here other than pay all the bills.
I hear the phones ringing in the background.
Yeah, man. I have employees and the whole bit, man.
Wow, man.
It's hard to believe that this is a business owner.
Yeah, and you were saying you've been doing that since you were right out of high school. So it's like,
yeah.
Which came first, the businessman or the rocker?
Well, the guy wanting to do music, because that started when I was 6 years old, and that has been my goal ever since. The owning my own, business came just from me trying to think of a smart way of living, and knowing that it was going to be difficult for me to, have to leave on tour for weeks or months at a time and come back to a place and still have a job. So I kind of realized that early on, and I said, I think it's best for me if I have my own business, and that was the whole reasoning behind opening up my own shop.
Smart thinking, very smart thinking.
No, because I wanted to own a car audio store. That just happened to be what I opened up, but or anything like that.
That's cool. It was
just more of a trying to think of my future.
No, man. I mean, that is very resourceful, really. I mean, it's a smart move because, in the entertainment business, you never know how long it's going to last.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm surprised I've had a career this long.
Yeah, no, and obviously you're still going very strong.
Yeah.
So, getting back to Three-Headed Snake, Wisdom Screams, the first single you've really put out there, official music video. What made you target that particular song to be the one you put out there, representing Three-Headed Snake?
First song, that was the first song that we actually wrote, that I got I sent the music to Johnny Ray.
Okay.
He sent it back a couple days later, and pretty close to what you hear now. I didn't do too much tweaking on that one. He nailed it, So that one, to me, it is the catchiest. It has the biggest hook. I think it sort of encompasses what the band is about. It's got the guitar, big heavy guitar riff up front, the big boomy drum sound. We've got some, old school organ in there and a big catchy chorus. So I felt that it touched on everything that the project is about. The first song on the EP, Symbiotic, is kind of the big, fast double bass, in your face kind of track. Wow. And then the last song on the EP, Money God, is the slower, more kind of Sabbathy, riff. So I felt Wisdom landed right in the middle there, and just the first one that we did together, and the one that stuck out always the most in my head. So that was why I went with that one as the single and the video.
All right. Now, are there any particular ambitions or aspirations you have for Three-Headed Snake at this point?
Yeah, absolutely. The goal is to do a full length in 2019, and to hopefully do some shows and some possible touring. I've been getting the response has been really, really amazing for this project, and I've been talking to booking agents and promoters, and it looks like we might be going to Europe next summer.
Oh, very cool.
So yeah, the goal is for us to do a full length record in 2019, and then to do some touring as well.
All right, so you are envisioning this to be more of a long-term project to coincide with ministry, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we'll continue to do Three-Headed Snake as long as people want us to.
Right on, man. Right on.
We all, everyone every member, Caesar Soto, the other guitar player who's also in ministry, Derek Abrams, the drummer, who's also in ministry, D.V. Karloff, our bass player, who was my old bass player in Society One, and Johnny Ray. I mean, we all get along great guys, great players. We enjoy each other's company, and we love doing music together. Caesar's been writing a lot for this next upcoming full length, so the material is only going to get better with everyone's input. So yeah, we're going to do it as long as we're having fun, and as long as people want us to, continue to hear it. So
very cool. Now, how instrumental would you say? I mean, just talk about, because obviously you got Soto and you brought some other guys over from ministry into the Three-Headed Snake project of yours. how important was it to have kind of that networking already in place, to already have so many familiar connections? Do you think Three-Headed Snake could have happened without that, or what are your thoughts? Networking.
Yeah, no, I think it could have, simply because the core idea behind it when I started the project was just to write music for fun.
Right on.
And it was, honestly, I never ever envisioned it to get to where we're at now. Like, I never thought we would have an EP, a music video, on Spotify, on iTunes. It was never meant to go that far. It was honestly meant for selfish reasons, I guess, just for me to write a handful of songs and for me to enjoy them myself.
Yeah, man, that's cool.
And it kind of snowballed, into where we're at now. So I think it could have happened regardless of that whole side of it. But the guys that are in the project, I did handpick specifically, not only because they're great players, but because I know them personally as great people. And that actually had more to do with why I picked these guys. They're playing. We all know they're great players, so there's no question there. But it was more of, I love each individual in this project, and there's no ego, there's no dramas, there's nothing like
awesome.
that. So yeah, that's a big part of it.
Unlike what you get with Al, right?
Exactly. which is he's the huge drama queen.
That's too funny, man. All right. Nah, man. That's cool. Well, I hear your phone buzzing. I know you're at work, so to speak. So.
No, you know what's buzzing is I have interviews lined up almost every hour.
Do you really?
I swear. I've been doing press for this almost every day, almost every hour.
Oh my God. Well, one last thing, and I'll let you go, because I know you got to get rolling. And Sin, I really do appreciate it. I love talking to you, man. I could talk to you all day.
No, same here, man. Same here. And before we go, I want to thank you very much for your support and for wanting to, continue to talk to me. I have a blast talking with you, so it's my pleasure.
Yeah, well, likewise. So, record labels. Are you shopping around for Three-Headed Snake, or what's the status with that? There, are you guys going to, do you want to stay independent, or what's the situation?
I wasn't shopping and haven't been shopping, but
you've been approached.
Yes.
All right.
By a few.
Okay.
And now because of that, I brought someone in to sort of talk and negotiate things and weed these things out and see if it's something that will help, and benefit us. Which is, again, it's really bizarre, man, and it's so trippy because I was not. This wasn't the plan. You know what I mean? Honestly, it wasn't the plan for us to get this far. I'm very happy and grateful that it is happening. But yeah, we've been approached by several, and so we'll see what happens. If it looks like it'll be a good fit and a good deal for us with one of these labels, then we'll go for it. If not, we'll just continue to stay, independent and just put things out ourselves.
Well, as they say, the best things happen when you least expect it,
Dude, that's exactly how it's been going with this, man. It's so trippy. And
that's
I'm
awesome.
so thankful, to everyone out there that has supported us and that has, just given and shown us so much love, and it's been trippy, man. It's been trippy seeing ministry fans, that know me through ministry sort of get into this project now, thinking it was going to be like an industrial kind of thing and
right.
It not being that. So it's been pretty cool seeing so many people just show us so much support and love.
Awesome. Well, yeah. I know that we at Rock Titan TV are definitely going to be doing that. And seriously, man, I love Three-Headed Snake. I really do. I think Johnny Ray's got a phenomenal voice, man. The minute I heard him, just like you were saying, you kind of drew the comparisons to Bruce Dickinson and Dio, and obviously those are really lofty, comparisons. But he's got chops. He's really got chops. And no.
I can't wait for people to hear because we already have like an album's worth of material, and we're just going to continue to write. And so the next thing is, we got to do this ministry tour next month,
right on,
November, December. And after that, we'll continue to write, and then we'll get back at it in 2019.
Sweet. Sweet.
Yep.
Well, Sin, thank you so much again for your time. And again, everybody, we are here with guitarist Sin Quirin. You know him from Ministry, but he's got his brand new band, Three-Headed Snake, that's out there right now. And we got Wisdom Screams, official music video that's out there. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's awesome. This guy, Johnny Ray, he's no joke. And Sin, again, thank you, man. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, man. I appreciate it.
You got it.